Hey, welcome to my channel, Chefin'withSean. I'm Sean, and today we're in my Black Book series. Today is not a video about a specific topic, rather it's an update about a topic we've already covered, chili paste. Today's video covers how we can use that amazing precursor and the aging cycle that we go through on our way to that end journey. I am so excited to go through it and to show you all the amazing products you can make with it and how game-changing it is for your kitchen. So let's get right into it. As we go through the first 7 days of this process, let me explain what's happening. The salt is leaching out the liquid from the peppers, containing natural sugars, oils, and water, alongside many other amazing enzymes. This process is being aided by the culture we created and added when we first started. As this process goes on, the culture, primarily consisting of yeast in a symbiotic relationship with beneficial bacteria and small amounts of mold, wants to eat the natural sugars in the chilies, converting them into alcohol and later acetic acid, creating vinegar. While this is happening, the surface of the chilies are slowly being covered in a visible bloom. The liquid naturally is starting to evaporate, and the aroma goes from very bright and fresh notes to citrusy and caramel notes. On day number 7, we are going to remove the liquid or vinegar from the rest of our chili paste using a fine mesh strainer or chinois and a spoon, gently folding the edges back in while trying not to press it, after which we will return the chili paste to our fermentation vessel and place our vinegar in a mason jar in the fridge. Over the next week, the cultures will continue to grow, breaking down the chilies even more and intensifying the complexity of flavor we're able to pull out of them. Once you reach the 14-day mark, we are going to dump the entire chili paste mixture onto a baking sheet lined with a silpat or wax paper and reserve a cup's worth of chili paste for use in later batches. You are going to spread out the remaining chili paste in an even layer using a rubber spatula and place it inside your oven for the next 7 to 9 hours at about 170 degrees or the lowest temp your oven is able to achieve. Remembering to check on this regularly will also help not only to ensure nothing is going wrong, but also to release steam, which will inevitably build up during this process. You will know it's done when it starts to feel like styrofoam, dry with a little bit of a spring, or just barely able to hold the impression of your finger. Using the silpat or wax paper to aid you, we are going to remove the chili paste. You will find it comes up in large flaky sheets. Also, if you find any wet patches during this process, don't freak out. Simply spread them out and pop them back into your oven for a little more dry time. The next step is pretty self-explanatory. We are going to mill or grind down our dehydrated chilies. I'm using an old coffee grinder for this job because it allows me to go in smaller batches and achieve a more consistent end product. But Blenders and food processors also work. Just make sure it rotates properly and isn't binding the blade or forcing the larger pieces to get trapped on top. This can sometimes lead to the machine overheating your chili powder, giving it a burnt or off flavor. The next step will be to pass your product through a fine mesh sifter in order to separate out the larger pieces, returning them to the machine to be reground. When choosing where to store your beautiful chili powder, there are many options. If you want them to keep their quality over time, it's important to choose a container that doesn't leach off flavors like plastic or allow contact with air. Because of these reasons, I love using mason jars. These are two of my favorite styles for this type of project. I find the shorter one gives me a little better access, while the taller jelly jar has awesome features like this pattern here on the glass, which will help with light contamination. In a more short-term situation, I love using glass or metal spice jars, like this one. The drawbacks obviously being air and light exposure. However, they do sometimes come with little plastic seals that help with this. However, if your spices are acidic, this part of the container may corrode. As for gifting, I'm a huge fan of using small, cheap cosmetic containers, and because of their size, you usually won't have any problems using them up quickly. If you've been paying attention, this project takes these amazing lemon drop chilies and gives you this chili paste that transforms into very sweet perfumed chili vinegar and an amazingly complex chili powder. I even like to save the little coffee filter at the end I pass the vinegar through to separate the mother out with, because this is where all of the oils from your beautiful chilies will be trapped. Hey, enjoyed what you saw today? Hit that like button. If you want to see us use these amazing ingredients we created today in future recipes, please subscribe to our channel. As always, you can follow us on Instagram, and have a beautiful week. Thank you. Bye.